Hiya, and welcome back to Moonlight Castle, the game that teaches us that Russell, the only ghost we're bringing in here, is the Holy Ghost. And if you don't want to bring in the Holy Ghost, then you're gonna meet Jesus. God, that feels good. God. Yes, the Holy Ghost. You know, the Christianity. I don't want to give a lesson on Christianity. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Oh, god damn it. And I am immediately lost. Okay, so stay with the group. I gave the bull a quick nod. It was obvious that I'd prefer to stay with the group rather than go and team up with someone who probably didn't like me that much. Okay, bye. Also, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Damien. Much love. I thought Russell had a better chance at convincing the Lynx to open up more, as the bull had joined the group only recently, and there was nothing Liam could hold against him yet. Everyone else and I regrouped near the entrance. Things were still uncertain, but I assumed everyone was going to just sit here and wait for Liam to return. Or maybe they were just stuck here because of the storm outside. I should have brought an umbrella. Brian sighed as he peeked through the doors to watch the rain. The bear was bored just about as much as everyone else. Fuck it, I'd rather look around than stand here. Dylan grunted and walked away, this time most likely not to somewhere near the hall, and nobody seemed interested in following him. It was the same situation all over again. What are we gonna do? We're gonna convince Blake to go after Dylan. I don't think we should let him go alone. Hell yeah. I pushed myself to say that because I was worried about the crocodile. Still, I thought it'd be best to avoid spending time alone with him. Therefore, I shot Blake a concerned look. Wolf took a deep breath and then he stood up. Fine, I'll go with him. Liam's bullshit won't ruin my plans. I'm checking the roof no matter what. It quickly became silent again, as the four of us couldn't come up with anything to say. I checked my phone and noticed the lack of service, which was concerning. Can you guys make phone calls? Promptly, everyone checked their phones, and met with the same result I had. Weird, I received a message before entering the castle. I guess I've been denied the only form of distraction I had left. Clyde stood up to walk to the middle, and then he looked at us. I just remember that castles usually have a library somewhere, and I've always wanted to hold an antique document. May I have an assistant? Seemed even the dragon had an idea of his own exploration too. Tried to sound excited, but matching enthusiasm wasn't found in his voice. Truly, he was still worried about Liam and he couldn't come up with any other way to cope with it. Obviously, we gotta go with Clyde. Sorry, cats. Sorry, cats. We gotta go with Clyde. I looked at Ryan and Patrice. Both of their faces said the exact same thing. They obviously didn't like the idea of splitting and doing what Liam wanted. I'll go with you, Clyde. Cool. I guess I'm staying here with the grumpy bear until the rain clears up. We'll be here. Durg time. Yippee! If you need anything, just come back to us. I'll be fine. Stop worrying so much. We're in Liam's territory. I'm just reminding you to never let your guard down. This man gets it. I'll help him chill out. You go ahead and try to have some fun with Clyde. Alright, I'll see both of you later. Clyde and I walked off to the left of the lounge, and as we were walking, both of us were silent. The only sounds we heard were our footsteps and the rain that was relentlessly hitting the walls. Would you like to talk? Clyde sighed and took off his glasses so that he could cover his face with a hand. It was clear something was bothering him and the dragon was struggling to keep it under control. I really shouldn't. He turned to face me, but his eyes weren't looking at me. He was staring off in the distance behind me. I don't know where he is. And I'm afraid of making this situation worse than it already is. You don't have to force yourself. Let's look for the library instead, okay? Clyde nodded, though only slightly. We resumed our walking and tried checking a couple of the doors. However, they were all either locked or jammed. I'm sorry for putting you through this. Huh? Oh no, it's not a big deal. I feel bad regardless, because I know I've forced you to come. You really think that I'd let myself be forced to stay around someone I don't like? If you say it like that, then I can't argue anymore. I'll take your word for it. Let's continue. I checked another door, and this one wouldn't budge too. For some reason, all the rooms around here refused to let us in. Do you happen to know how to break a lock? That is Blake's area of expertise. Personally, I never needed the skill, but I see why you'd ask in this situation. We just whole ass asked Clyde if we could commit breaking and entering. Om nom nom. And I was the one that sent Blake to go after Dylan too. He could have returned to the lounge to ask for his help otherwise. Oh, I see. We'll keep looking then. Clyde walked further down the hallway, and it seemed we'd reached the end of the long tunnel full of locked doors. Joel, come to see this. Following him, I saw his tail wiggling. It appeared he was excited to see what he'd found. Oh my god, I so want to see that. I don't know why, but just thinking about Clyde's tail wiggling sounds amazing. I don't know why. It just does. The thought is amazing. Fucking thinking of the fucking jellyfish dance. His tail doing the jellyfish dance from SpongeBob. It's amazing. Following him, I saw his tail wiggling. It appeared he was excited to see what he'd found. It was a greenhouse, and I was quite surprised to see one in a place like this. The plants weren't dead either. They were quite thriving, actually. Both the walls and the floor were overgrown with them, and there was almost no gap to see through. It's like a pocket-sized forest. Oh, don't mind me, I'm processing bullshit! Clyde. Answer me this, and answer me this honestly. Have you never seen a greenhouse? What? Next you're going to tell me you've never been to a fucking Walmart? He probably hasn't. That's the fucked part. He probably hasn't been to a Walmart. He probably owns a greenhouse. But not one overgrown. It's probably well maintained. Has he never been to a Walmart? Clyde, baby, have you never been to Walmart? Next you're gonna tell me that you've never been to fucking... I don't know. Next you're gonna tell me you've never been stuck on a bus for an elongated period of time or taken public transport. It's like a pocket-sized forest. Patrice mentioned that he's a gardener. Maybe he can figure something out about this place. There isn't much to work with here. These are all wild plants, a clear sign of negligence and abandonment. Do you see anything else? It's difficult to figure out a time frame due to all the mosses. However, it surprises me that all the windows here are still intact. One would think that either the plants alone or they combined with the sun would eventually crack the glass open. Cole will take Clyde to Walmart on his first date. Yes! Yes! No. Joel shouldn't take Clyde to Walmart for their first date. Joel, you need to take Clyde to the fucking dollar store for your first date. You know the one. Fucking Dollar Tree. Fucking someone's grandmother on the register welcomes you in. There's a collapsing ceiling. The arts and crafts aisle is completely trashed. You go into the back, very suspicious looking snacks. That's where you need to go for your first date. Budget cuts dating. We're gonna cut your budget, Clyde. We're going to the dollar store, you get $10. You get $10 and half a stick of gum. Clyde's gonna buy the whole ass store full ass. He would probably cry if you took him there. He needs to get humbled. He would probably cry if you took him. Next thing you're gonna tell me is... Hiya. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Derg tears fucking cure cuts. In which case, if they do... Clyde, you're staying in fucking Dollar Tree. You're gonna sit your ass down in a Dollar Tree and just weep. Milk to Clyde. Hiya. I lurked around and tried to find something useful, and that was when I saw a hole in the wall hiding behind a tree in the opposite side of the room. Moreover, I was caught off guard by how unnatural the hole looked compared to its surroundings. You see that? A hole? At this point, either it's unintentional, or I have a dirty mind. Both are possible. At this point, it's either intentional. At this point, it's either intentional, or I have a dirty as hell mind. But out of context, that would be fucking horrible. It'd be hilarious. It'd be horrible. A hole? I looked here before, and there wasn't one, or if there was, it wasn't this visible. It must have opened up recently. Should we go back? That's not a good sign, right? What if we run into someone? Clyde made his way to the hole and touched the vines around it, checking them up close. Reluctantly, I moved there to stand next to him. Growing anxious, I hoped that we weren't going to get caught in something bad. Yeah, I'm sure this was recent. Joel, don't be scared, but there's a Joel-shaped hole in front of you. Oh my god! The hole was hidden behind the vines, and someone came here, cut them, and revealed it. Did you say cut? Liam, I swear to God you have a ponytail. I think. I don't know. I recalled that Liam had a cleaver. Hold up, hold up. God, the temptation to twin with Liam. Should I try to? I don't have any hoodies like that, but I have a hoodie. Should I try to twin with Liam? To the best of my ability. Fuck it, I'm going to. Let me see if I can find a hoodie. Where's a hoodie at? Where is a hoodie? I'm not wearing that. Yay! Punch Lucky Toda. No, don't punch him. Punch him maybe, but don't punch him. Dunk it into the garbage. Oh, hiya. Now let me take my hair down. It's always fucking painful to do that. It sucks. Oh shit, did it fucking tangle again? Oh, that is just straight up bend. Okay, okay. Oh, I'm trying to twin with Liam. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll give you that. Okay, let me take my hair into a ponytail, which is long. Then I gotta sort of give myself bangs. I look fucking scuffed. Season 4 Mikasa Ackerman. Alright. Turning on the camera. This is the result. Let me just sort of do that. And this is the result. I look like shit. Okay. Actually, back to the story. I recalled that Liam had a cleaver. However, I'd never seen it since that one time. Yes? Do you happen to know something? I've just remembered that Liam has a knife, that's all. Oh, human? You know what, hang on, I'm turning back on the thing. Oh, human? Oh, sorry. Let me just... Kill me. Please kill me. As Clyde heard what I'd said, he appeared heartbroken, more than before. Maybe he was expecting that I was going to say something about the hole, not this. This has become so much harder now. Is everything okay? You look so pale right now. Dragon scouted for a soft place where the green bits hadn't invaded all the surface, sat on it, and beckoned to me so that I sat with him. Do you mind if we take our time to talk? I'm in need of guidance, and maybe you can help. Sure. Hopefully it isn't related to the school council. Clyde forced a smile. I guess that it meant it was related to the school council then. Son of a bitch. It happened yesterday after you'd left my office with Blake and Liam. The 3 girls came to my office to report something, and they thought that Liam was the one who did it. I raised a brow. Liam never left Blake's or my side that day until after lunch. No matter what Clyde was about to say, it was unlikely that the Lynx did it. They reported there was a creep stalking one of the girls. They said that the creep was wearing a mask and holding a knife. My eyes widened. I thought back to when Liam was using his items to save me. And they accused Liam of being the stalker that harassed the said girl. Did they have proof? Liam was with me, so I don't think he could possibly have done that. I didn't know I was defending the Lynx. All the descriptions the girls said to Clyde were a perfect match. Everything lined up with the equipment Liam was carrying that day. No, there was no proof that the said incident actually happened. The proclaimed victim was reporting to me only vocally. What does Blake think about this? I remembered that I was asking Liam about the items while Blake was listening in on us, so I assumed that the wolf knew. I didn't tell Blake. He and Liam don't have a good history, and relaying this information to him might lose our chance to resolve their conflict in a peaceful manner. Huh? Really? I thought Blake just disliked pranks. Is there something between them I'm not aware of? It's Blake's scar, and Liam is the main suspect. It's said that he let loose a stray in the building, and Blake was trying to capture it before it had a chance to assault a girl. This is a lot to take in. I've never thought that Liam was capable of doing such things. I wanted to find proof. I want to make sure that Liam is truly guilty of committing such heinous crimes before I can issue a punishment. Okay, I'm taking this hoodie off. It's too hot. It's too hot to wear it. But I'm going to leave my hair in a ponytail because it's fucking comfortable. I want to make sure that Liam is truly guilty of committing such heinous crimes before I can issue a punishment. So, because I said I knew he had a knife, you now think that it's him? It's unlikely that someone else will match the description. I could see it written all over the dragon's face that something wasn't right. Still, can I ask you something? He nodded slowly as he looked at me through his glasses. All the things you did with us these 2 days, were they only for the sake of finding the truth? That was my initial plan, yes. Blake offered me an opportunity to observe Liam up close, thanks to you, and I took it. Hearing that, I felt betrayed. Both he and Blake were simply taking advantage of our kindness, or at least my kindness. I apologize. I can see why that would hurt you. However, please be assured that Blake and I did enjoy your company very much. We never pretended to have fun. Both of them were very nice to me, and there was no reason for them to show so much affection if they were only interested in Liam, so I believed the dragon. These 2 days have been enlightening to me. I wanted to spend them on work, but they've transformed me instead. I never really understood how much you could work so much and breathe so little. You'd be surprised at how good we are at adapting. One grows up in a certain environment and gets used to it, no matter the condition. I see. Sorry, I think I've just dragged you away from the main topic. Clyde raised his head to look at the sky behind the glass ceiling. It was still dark and full of clouds. These 2 days have also made me see another side of Liam. I see a very fragile person. Someone who needs help but never receives any. Back in the kitchen when we revealed all those things, I was stunned for a while. It made me doubt everything I've heard. I questioned the validity of those claims and accusations. I placed my hand on his shoulder, trying to offer my support in some way. Anything I could to help to give to ease his struggle. Fuck, apparently I can't fucking speak today. If he confesses to the crimes and asks for forgiveness, then I can help him. I can make sure that his punishment will be less severe. He's been avoiding me and glaring at me ever since he opened up. Must have realized my motives, and now he sealed himself away. I've noticed that as well. Now it makes so much sense. What would you do in my shoes? I feel stuck. I just witnessed how rough being the council president really was. Clyde had the power to decide people's future. It was a power that came with a great responsibility, and it was quite frightening. Do we really think that Liam was guilty? Go ahead and figure it out, because I don't fucking know. You'll poison him? Oh no! Don't poison La Criatura! Nah, Liam's not guilty. We love him. Well, I love him. A little too much, admittedly. Yeah, admittedly, a little too much. But I still love him. Liam is great. Yes, love La Criatura. We can't jump to conclusions. Is the fact that he owns a knife really enough proof? He brought it out only to help me. A stalker who'd be trying to get away with it wouldn't be so careless. You've brought forward a good point. I'd also consider that, however, I'm still forced to take some action because of the fact that he brought a weapon to school. Oh. You asked me what I do, and that's what Joel, would do. But you're Clyde. Surely the dragon is smarter than me and will be able to figure out what he wants and come up with a better solution. Finish putting my hair back in a bun. There we go. What I want. Clyde took a deep breath, and it seemed his stress was starting to melt away, though only slowly. Soon he stood up. People don't usually ask me what I want. It's always the other way around. Everyone is full of requests that I have to fulfill. For once, it's nice to hear that my opinions matter. The only person who's ever made me feel something similar to this is Blake. I was about to get up on my own, but the dragon beat me to it and pulled me up. Now, let's check on what's on the other side of that hole. My entire body shook at that idea. Although our conversation ended on a good note, I didn't remember implying any interest in going through the hole. Are we sure about this? You said that Liam had a knife. It could be him. Or it could be Blake, Dylan, or Russell. You get the point. But it could also be someone else. There's no one else. If someone lived here, they would have noticed us already since we made so much noise, and there should be at least some form of reaction we could pick up. It's also unlikely that anyone else would come this deep into the forest on the same night we did. I don't know. I don't think any amount of logic would kill my fear or my anxiety. I'll provide you with moral support then. In we go. And just like that, we made our way through the hole in the wall. Oh, god damn it. Clyde took my hand as he was leading the way, and his hand was so smooth and soft, unlike mine, which had become a sticky mess covered in sweat. I was actually kind of afraid that he might make a remark about it. Maybe you shouldn't. Oh, you're fine. Stop lamenting. Oh, look, what do we have here? Son of a bitch. Something seemed to have gotten his attention. Eagerly, he disappeared into a room the door of which was broken without a handle and being swung open back and forth by the wind. Now that my hand was free, I took the brief opportunity to wipe it on my shirt to save what little left there was of my dignity before I hurriedly followed him in. Oh god damn it. Shouldn't we be more careful about entering a holy shit? Wow. We found Clyde's paradise. Although it could use some cleaning, I could imagine the dragon living here for days. On the shelves and the walls and even on the floor, there were books everywhere. Excitedly picking them up like some free candies, Clyde couldn't stop making squeaking noises. Oh my god! That sounds so cute. I love his little pinky fingers. I love his fingers. Oh my god. So cute. The one gay pinky finger. I'm sorry, but Clyde is not straight. He is not straight. He's not straight. Because I actually don't want to get into it, but he's not straight. He is giving me very gay vibes. Excitedly picking them up like some free candies, Clyde couldn't stop making squeaking noises. Oh? After a few glances at the pages, the dragon stopped in his tracks as he returned to his usual self. What? He was flipping through the pages and then throwing the books aside one after another just to hastily pick up the next one, skimming through each at an alarming speed. It was kind of worrying me. I don't understand. His voice sounded sour. Wonder what caused him to shift his mood from a bright and happy one just moments ago to something this gloomy. Therefore, I decided to pick up one of the books and see it myself. Huh? It was empty. All the pages were blank. They were aged, some even stuck together, and a few would crumble upon touch. However, it seemed they weren't used at all. I took a look at another book, and the results were the same. Baffled and speechless, I just stood there. It was a fake library. This is just so cruel. Ow! Fuck! Suddenly, there was a terrible pain in my head and my vision became blurry. A severe headache had overcome me completely. I dropped the book I was holding. My heart was throbbing and I couldn't focus. For a moment, I saw red all over the books on the floor. Your head hurts? I think Blake carries painkillers. Those should help. They'd be helpful. Yeah. Let's go back. I see that you're tired. Did he just fucking yoink a book? Clyde put my arm around his neck and helped me walk. Also, before he left the room, he picked up one of the books and shoved it in his bag. I'll send it to a friend to examine it in great detail. I don't believe these pages are truly blank. I see. Thanks for letting me lean on you. You've pushed yourself hard today. This is merely a way of showing my gratitude. Carefully, Clyde walked us through the hole in the garden, and I was exhausted. And I wasn't exactly paying much attention to the things he said to me. I had fun spending the night with you. You did? And this is my favorite pose of Clyde's. I'm sorry. I don't know about anyone else, but this is my favorite pose of Clyde's. This is my favorite Clyde pose. This is my favorite one. Because it's just so cute. It's just so cute. It's not an ooh-woo or an oh-woo, it's an ooh. Best sprite in the entire game, absolutely zero contact, yes! It is the best, it has no right being this cute. Let me just scoot right in, because I got myself comfortable. You did? It makes me happy to hear that. Thank you, we're almost there. We were almost back in the lounge, however, Clyde wasn't exactly the athletic type, and he was about to reach his limit. Is anyone there? We need help. Joel isn't feeling well. He shouted and hoped that the echo would make its way through the hallway and carry his message all the way to the other side. I felt somewhat anxious about yelling inside the castle. Regardless, the headache was taking too much of my energy, so much that I couldn't even properly form my concern. I'm coming! I could hear Ryan's footsteps approaching us. The ground was shaking as he was stomping and making his way toward us. Gently, Clyde laid me on the floor so that he could catch a break for himself. I'm sorry. I wish I could do more. I'm fine. Really. Though my head hurts a lot. Alright, I'm going to pick you up now. Is that fine? The bear showed little to no hesitation before he grabbed me and lifted me up exactly in a way in which one would carry a shopping bag. I knew it was the right decision to decline his offer yesterday. Ryan, not like that! With desperate concern, Clyde reminded Ryan not to lift me up too high, and he also helped to make sure that my head wasn't dangling downward. Oh, sorry. Now that I could use the bear's shoulder as resting place for my head, I was starting to feel ever so slightly better. We made our way back into the lounge, and obviously everyone was looking at me. All of them looked very concerned about my well-being. This could be a cold. Clyde quickly explained the situation, and all of us prepared to rush back to our car. I felt a little guilty that they didn't have any time to discuss anything, all because of me. We're lucky that the rain is over. I'd hate to run out like this and get wet. And Joel would also get worse. Yeah, that's totally what you were thinking. And with haste, all of us made our way back to the car. Gently, Ryan placed me on the front seat as Clyde was preparing a cup of water and a pill for me to swallow. Blake said that these are quite effective. Take one and try to sleep while Ryan drives us back to the shop. What about the castle? You didn't hear us? We decided to postpone our discussion until tomorrow, once you feel better. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to check on the book that I've borrowed from the place. So, I didn't ruin the night? Silly you, what were you thinking? If anything, you made our night so much better. Now rest, okay? Ryan said he'll look after you in my stead. The seat felt so comfortable, probably because of the headache combined with the medicine, which was making me drowsy. I fell asleep, rather fast too. Their noises weren't enough to keep me up, even if they tried. I was just too exhausted and there was no point in trying to fight it. Joel, hey! Wake up, you're home! Ryan gave me a light tap on the arm and slowly woke me up. I looked at him and saw that he wasn't wearing his jacket. It took me a moment to realize that he'd covered me with it to keep me warm. I'm home. Looked at the car's window. Standing outside was my apartment building. Seeing it made me jump. I looked around the vehicle and there was no one other than Ryan and me. Why am I home? I thought we were taking a stop at the shop. Where's everyone? While I was busy panicking, Ryan took his jacket, which had slipped and fallen onto the floor, and put it back on himself. Also, I had noticed that he'd carried me out of the car as well. By the time I came to my senses, I was already placed on a bench in front of the building. How tired must I have been? Sorry, I know you wanted to say goodbye to everyone. I tried to wake you up, but Clyde would give me a scolding if I kept going after you didn't wake up the first time. Ah, right. How was he? It was so bad knowing that everyone had to take care of me. He seemed fine. Actually, he looked great. Honestly, I thought Liam had really put him down, but it seemed he wasn't letting what Liam said affect him at all, ever since you two came back to the lounge together. That's a relief. How about you? Feeling any better? I'd forgotten that I was having a headache until he asked me that. Yup, it's gone. I'm quite refreshed after the nap. Hopefully it won't mess up my sleeping. Don't worry, I got you. Just keep your phone nearby and I'll call you at the usual time, or maybe a little earlier. That'll be helpful, yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Now I'll be on my way then. See you in the morning, the usual time. Good night, I'll be waiting for your call. I waved at him with a smile as I watched him drive off. That night, I stayed up late thinking about our little adventure. Most of my thoughts were about Clyde, and I was smiling like an idiot for quite a while. I was badly looking forward to seeing him again and learning about the missing bits. Never before had I felt this eager to go to school on the next day. Somehow sleep managed to find its way to catch up with me, and I dropped into slumber while holding my phone like a fool. Sleepover with the Derg. Yes! Day 3. Slowly, I regained consciousness. My brain felt numb. I could feel the warmth of sunlight, and it made my bed much cozier than I could ever imagine. It was morning, wasn't it? I didn't feel like opening my eyes. I was ready neither to get up nor to leave the bed. I just wanted to get a little more sleep. The alarm hadn't gone off and Ryan hadn't called me. Surely I was allowed to remain still underneath the warm blanket and sink myself into the mattress. It was just so comfortable. I replayed in my head the events of yesterday and soon realized how messy of a train of thought they were. They were enough to slowly break my lids apart, and I was forced to sight my surroundings again. Pushed out of drowsiness, I became more awake and aware. more aware and awake. A gentle breeze touched my almost naked body. Although I didn't remember doing that, it seemed I'd subconsciously dumped my clothes on the floor in the middle of the night out of habit. In spite of that, I just stared into nothingness, allowing the memories to flood my brain. A room filled with empty books, a collection of nothingness, basically. It was strange, hard to believe someone would gather them up just for show. I just didn't want to accept that the answer was so simple. Aesthetics? Really? I guess it sounded realistic, but it didn't feel right. Clyde should be able to figure out what's truly going on behind the scenes. Some sort of secret message hiding in plain sight? That sounded exciting. The idea of leaving this boring life behind and going out in the wild and exploring. My adventure instead is being drowned by books. Wait, what? Oh shit, you're right. Shit, you're right. I didn't fucking notice that either. Shit. A sigh escaped my mouth. Life seemed to be all about working to stay alive, fighting to get those small moments of pleasure. That's why I don't understand you. Are you really okay with this? My frustration overwhelmed my thoughts as I scratched my head, letting out a groan in response. I didn't need to be in his shoes. What I'm thinking is irrelevant as long as he's content with it. My phone suddenly buzzed, giving me the chills. I knew who it was, but at that moment I was on edge. Morning, are you ready? I'm on my way. Do you mind if I take a shower? I didn't get the chance yet. You're so dumb. Why asking me? Just go! I briefly smiled, somewhat reassured by his dorky behavior. Hang on. Just adjust myself and... He wasn't wrong, just thought you'd want to know what I'm doing. I'll make sure to take the slowest shower I possibly can. Are we going for the petty tactics now? I'll have you know that this is exactly what I prefer. Fuck, is this reverse psychology? Who knows, I'll have to leave you with this unsolvable mystery. Aren't you using words too big for... The call suddenly ended, leaving me dumbfounded. That's it, you just declared war. Everyone knows that spite is the best motivator. I got through my notes, prepared my bag, showered, everything 2 times faster just to get to Ryan and give him the spanking he deserved. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was beautiful. That was perfect. God damn. Oh my god. I'm good now. I got through my notes, prepared my bag, showered, and everything just 2 times faster just to get to Ryan and give him the spanking he deserved. When I got there, though, I couldn't get a word out as he kindly hushed me to talk with someone on the phone, which I figured must have been either his mom or dad. You just knew by how often he silently agreed, saying nothing back but exactly what the other person wanted to hear. I entered the car and dragged my hat down. I misunderstood the situation and assumed he hung up on purpose. Shame, shame, shame. Yeah, alright. Bye. Ryan took a long, drawn-out sigh when the call ended. That sour mood didn't last long as he chuckled when his eyes met my face. I don't know why you're doing that, but it's always cute. I paused for a moment. Of course you wouldn't know, and fumbled out a quick explanation. I was speaking to you earlier, got mad, thought you did that on purpose. Maybe I didn't say it loud enough for the microphone to pick up. Sorry. It's fine, I'm the one who jumped the gun. Ryan lifted the covers and revealed my face before starting the car and driving away with a smug look in his eyes. How can someone be so cocky and shy at the same time? You're different. Friends, family, strangers, it's different. I wonder where I stand. Okay, I'll stop. Was that your mom on the phone? The one and only, yup. Come on, don't make me drag it out. Tell me already. Fine, you'll need some context first. How much do you remember about my job? That you're working as a mechanic with your uncle, I think. Okay, so basically, Mom wants a new paint job on her car because it's old and shit. And she's been harassing me that I have to talk to Uncle first so that she can get a discount. Because we're family and family must help each other. Reading that line just gets me mad again. If it's something important to me, I'd do it for free as well, but she sounds so entitled. Yeah, exactly! Uncle himself should decide, but all she wants is convincing him by using me. Besides, he needs the money. If family really mattered, she'd pay in full and tip him. You said it's a paint job, right? That doesn't sound important either. The car won't stop working without it. Like, maybe I'd consider it if this was an emergency, but it's not. Mom just needs to look cool while driving. I don't want Uncle to get mad at me. She wants me to say it, so I take the blame. I didn't remember his mother being so selfish and egocentric. I've met her many times before, too. People are good at hiding the truth, huh? Oh, shit. I'm sorry for asking you. I kinda owed it to you for, well, the miscommunication. I flushed red again. We should stop mentioning it altogether. Yeah. But I'm glad you told me. And just like that, I had sent that embarrassment to him as well. There's no need to thank me, Ryan yelled, channeling that energy into the car. So many emotions. It's making me hungry. Okay, bye, Raj. Ah! Make me hungry. That's it. I'm ordering double today. Oh, God damn it, Ryan. The car came to a halt, then moved backwards into the parking spot next to Russell's cafe. Ryan walked in first with me right behind him. Nobody was around, just Russell cleaning the front counter. How can they afford to stay open without clients? That's one mystery I won't get to solve. Hello. Good morning to you both. Ryan, without saying a word, walked up to his face looking as serious as a starving man could be. What are you cooking today? Russell paused, unable to read the room. He briefly looked at me, but I was just as confused. French toasts? Good. He slammed his wallet on the counter. Make more! Sure. Put this away, there's no need to do this. He was trying to look cool. What do you mean trying? That was big time cool. I tried holding my laughter, but a short snort escaped me nonetheless. I'm going to triple my order. That was the weirdest threat I've ever received. I swear to God, Ryan and Joel are like an old married couple. Do you want your wallet back or not? You wouldn't use it anyway. Of course I wouldn't. I slid his wallet towards him. Did I ask about the castle? You're not going to learn much from me. Yeah. I ditched Patrice on him yesterday. Me and Patrice just spent the night on the porch waiting for the rain to clear. You didn't try asking to walk around? I mean, I would have liked that, but I know Patrice and the things he's struggling with. We had some fun either way, no big deal. I'd like to have a chat with him today. Just be delicate about it, please. Russell paused, grabbed two plates from a nearby shelf and served us the food. One plate way bigger than the other, getting Ryan to whistle at that sight. What about you, Joel? Anything useful you'd like to share? Have you come across a greenhouse on your exploration with Liam? Not at all. We checked upstairs and we found most of the rooms either locked or simple bedrooms. The thing is, the greenhouse wasn't easy to navigate around. Plants, moss, vines were covering the floor and the walls. When we first arrived, someone must have walked in recently because there were 2 holes carved through the vines, big enough for someone to squeeze through. If Ryan didn't leave the lounge and we stayed upstairs, then this is Dylan's work, probably. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It has to be. I don't think you'll find anybody else dumb enough to stay in there at night. Let me just myself. I kept thinking about it while enjoying that tasty breakfast food. Further in, we also found a library. This sounds promising. Found anything that could help us identify a time period? There's a tiny little problem. This was going to sound borderline insane. All the books were empty, just white papers. Are you sure you did check them all, right? I'm telling you, we did. Clyde was stubborn in finding at least one. Maybe the real books were hidden and you couldn't find them through the fakes. Russell, you can't say shit. Russell, I swear to God, you cannot say shit. I would have liked to see one. Yes, you didn't think about taking one home? I personally wouldn't. I'm not interested in carrying something like that. Clyde did, though. He wanted to get someone to examine it and see if maybe an empty book is actually hiding something. I'm sure he'll let us know of his findings later today. Russell placed the bill on the counter and, after glancing over it once, realized that was out of my budget. Normally I'd fight Ryan on it, but maybe over something cheaper. He looked at me with a grin, the expression of someone who knew exactly what was going on. Thanks. Have a good day. You too. I waved goodbye and followed Ryan back to his car. Nothing else happened aside from the usual chatter. Where's your lesson today? IT on the 3rd floor. A bit of walking for me. Joel, the elevator. You're using it, right? I began sweating. Lowering my guard around him was a mistake. Elevators are metallic traps. No way I'm gonna use it. Of course, don't mind me! I wanted him to leave first, but that wasn't working and things became awkward for me. Okay, then I'll walk you to it. I nervously agreed, slowly approaching that disgusting moving square. Hey, I think I need to go to the bathroom first. Don't wait for me, okay? You should go. Stop wasting your time here. I tried leaving, but Ryan held me in place by grabbing my collar. There's one on the 3rd floor, too. I know that. I just can't hold it anymore. Ryan gave me one single piercing stare that told me everything. He knew. I knew. No. Wait. Let's talk it out. My prayers were ignored as he lifted me up and entered the elevator with me. I hated it. So many strangers crossing boundaries. Too close. Pushing me. Breathing the same air. The easiest way to get sick. I don't want to think about smells. That's the worst part. All good. I did my best to look fine, but I sure wasn't. I need to stop complaining about stairs. They're beautiful and I missed them. I began holding my breath to hopefully survive until the end. If only the elevator didn't stop every single goddamn floor. People who take the elevator to get to the 1st floor, let it be known, I hate you. Then I saw it. The light. I walked out so fast, Ryan realized I lied again. You can be so dramatic sometimes. Nothing happened. You stared at that mirror the entire time. You'll never understand me. He laughed, causing me to blush in return. Not entirely, but that doesn't stop me from trying. The bear glanced over his phone and began running in place. Shoot, I'm gonna miss the next lesson if I don't hurry downstairs. Yeah, you better run. I yelled back at him as I watched him wobble away. I sighed, feeling that mental fatigue creeping up on me. I couldn't believe he got me to use the elevator. Despicable man. I was about to enter the classroom when he stopped me from crossing. Wait. I turned around and saw Blake walking in my direction. He sounded in a hurry, but that didn't show on the usual pace he had. Hey Blake, what's up? Do you have a minute? I need to talk to you. Maybe. I peeked inside, quickly scouted for the professor, still missing. It sounded feasible if this was going to be a short conversation. I texted you a couple of times, but you didn't see it. Luckily, I met Ryan on the way. Told me I'd find you here. Damn, he's right. My phone was still on mute, and forgot to switch that off after waking up. Sure, be fast, though. To the nearby bathroom? Yes, exactly what I meant with fast. I should have declined. My bad. It's about Clyde. Can't be discussed in the open. People always listen, and that's worse when Clyde is mentioned. Alright, I get it. Speak up. Clyde's been acting strange lately. Do you know anything? I froze for a moment, my mind flashing back to what I was told yesterday. I'm a little worried. He has no reason to hide stuff from me. Oh, I see. Is this recent? I wanted to get out. I didn't know for how long I could have faked ignorance. Blake was a very observant person. Not sure if he already noticed my behavior changing. A couple of days at least. I can't pinpoint when, but something tells me he needs help. That cleared some of the tension I was holding. I'm sure what we discussed yesterday was just more fuel to an already existing fire. He barely shares anything about his personal life. He really hates discussing what happens outside. I don't know much either. I had hoped that maybe spending time with you would get him to open up more. It's true that I'm spending more time with him, but it's been 2 days, too early for me to see anything. Oh, I thought... Never mind. What were you thinking? I believed Clyde was interested in you, judging the way his speech pattern changed. I blinked, unable to answer that. I didn't get that. Say that again? Basically, Clyde switches constantly between casual and formal. I think his family ingrained him to use formal speech all the time. Maybe for appearances, not sure. He feels safe using it. The go-to option whenever something happens, a good barrier to deal with everything. Then on certain occasions, he swaps to a more casual approach. When we're alone, when he's around someone he trusts, when his defenses are lowered, basically. And do I fit that category? Yup, saw it myself. That's why I called you, thinking you'd know something. I briefly looked at my phone, and this conversation was taking too long now. Listen, I really need to go. My bad, didn't mean to hold you for so long. If you're interested, stop by the council room later. I can give some useful advice, or if you recall anything, that's where I am. Yay! This suddenly took an embarrassing turn. What was he thinking now? We don't think about relationships here. Sure, I'll come say hi after the lesson ends. Bye! I quickly escaped the room and returned to my classroom. Blake gave me a lot to think about now, and that was distracting. I needed to concentrate on this lesson. Wondered for how long Clyde lied to Blake about Liam. I didn't think he wanted to do that. Clyde didn't like conflicts. That's the vibe I got. Bringing this conversation would totally cause an argument. He was fighting against his own friend, supposedly the only friend he has. I'm sure that would take a toll on anyone. What an idiot I was. I assumed Clyde was handling everything just fine. He always looked so confident. I sighed. My mind had completely gone on a tangent when I was supposed to take notes. Now I have a hole in the middle and some words I typed beforehand didn't make sense anymore. Jeez. I salvaged the situation a bit by lurking on my classmates, but that felt so dirty. I'm not even that good at cheating. Yeah, I shouldn't have listened to Blake before class. Hearing about my friends was way more appetizing.
You know the lesson finished a while ago, right?
I was curled in my seat, face down into my arms while Liam poked me a few times. Leave me alone. Don't you see I'm sulking?
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I groaned and got up to look at his face.
What's up? Having trouble with your big bear?
The way he called Brian sent a shiver down my spine. I don't even want to understand the implications. Why does it have to be Ryan? I have more friends than just him.
Then who is it?
Shit, I gave it away. He was somehow good at getting information out. Doesn't concern you.
Could it be Clyde?
I widened my eyes ever so slightly, but that was enough for him to understand.
Seems like I hit the target.
God damn it, I'm bad at lying.
Don't you want a second opinion? What a golden opportunity to learn the truth.
From you? I don't think I'm interested.
You'd be surprised. Test me.
I know you, you're after something. I pointed at him. The way he smirked was too suspicious to ignore.
Exchanging favors sounds like a good compromise, though. I help you, you help me. Of course it would count only if my help was useful.
I don't expect anything but sure, whatever. Let's make things worse.
Nice. Lower expectations are easier to beat.
Blake called me in just before the lesson started, said that Clyde's not doing so well.
I suppose only Blake could notice that. It's hard to understand his real feelings because he's hiding behind a fake version of himself.
I could feel a hint of disgust when he began describing Clyde.
The one everyone expects to see. Hardworking, diligent, perfect, noble, well-mannered. I'm sure keeping up that garbage all the time is exhausting.
He thinks Clyde's been hiding something from him. He shrugged.
Who doesn't? You should never fully open up to someone. That shit's just dangerous. I don't know if this is useful, but I was told he took a book from the castle.
Yeah, I was there. He wanted to analyze it.
I see. You should go to Blake then. Tell him to meet up with Clyde ASAP the moment he steps in the school.
I didn't even know Clyde wasn't here yet. Why?
I have a bad feeling about it.
Liam, this isn't funny. Don't say that. He didn't reply, didn't cut me off to say something stupid, increasing my anxiety. You're joking. He sighed, and I was practically begging him to drop his line.
I could be wrong, but I'd rather be on the safe side. Go to Blake.
I swear, if this is another prank, I'd rather fall for it than regret it later. Why not call him? He could have done that too. I did exactly that as I walked to the council room. Maybe I'd find them both there. Clyde's account was private. No number was displayed. He couldn't call. Liam already tried. For how long did he know? This sounded premeditated. This discovery alone got me to move faster, pushing the door open without thinking too much. Blake was laying against the desk, magazine in hand, not watching it though, already watching me. So it is you. He must have recognized my footsteps just like before. Where's Clyde? My question didn't need an answer. One look and it was clear Blake was alone in the room. Probably on his way here? Why are you so agitated? What happened? I left you like 1 hour ago and you were fine. I didn't want to tell him the truth. Saying Liam's name would make him uncooperative. Do you have his phone number? I need to know if he's safe. I could do that, but you'd have to tell me why. I was growing anxious. It was harder for me to come up with a decent line. Liam said we need to wait for him outside. Something bad might happen. He obviously sighed. Of course Liam said that. It's nice that you're worried about Clyde, but rationalize who told you that. But what if... He's fine. Trust me, not Liam. He pointed at himself after shushing me. I was called 10 minutes ago. He said he's on his way. Nothing happened. Hearing that calmed me down a bit. Really? Yes, really. Blake sounded so confident about it that I began feeling stupid for believing Liam so easily. Good. Calm down. Liam is fucking with you as usual. I'd like that more. Blake invited me to sit, so I did. A minute or two of rest before heading into the cafeteria. Let's change the subject while we wait for Clyde to show up. Blake showed me his magazine and realized that he was looking at porn. No hesitation at all. Wish I had your guts. It was easier to handle because the focus was naked women, which I wasn't attracted to. There's a lot you can learn from here. I hate how intimacy is seen as taboo or like a sin. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. It's about self-discovery. I also like to draw certain things, and this is good reference material. He winked at me, and I got a good chuckle out of it. I was jealous of him. He was very open, discussing it like the weather. My mind was still holding me back. The chains around my heart were always so tight. Kinda reminds me of someone. A certain someone. You know who you are. You know exactly who you are. The chains around my heart were always so tight. I've got the male version too right here. Blake revealed another magazine, and the cover itself immediately got me flustered. Aren't you afraid someone might walk in here and see? You forgot I can hear when someone is approaching. Enough time to hide questionable material. I was red in the face, but snatched it out of his hands regardless. He killed any excuse I had to not do that. So, what is he like? Gonna stop it for the ad. Wanna break from the ads? Fucking back. I'm a fucking back. Wait. Cats, did you get hit by an ad? Shit. You mean Clyde? I don't know yet. I brought these with me to confirm where he stands. Watching these pictures reminded me where I stood. My body felt so ticklish. Yes, you're no ads dance. Yay! Couldn't you just ask? I did. He circled around the argument, so I'll bait it out. I would personally disagree with that decision, but this was an important question I needed answered. I think I get the appeal, but being able to safely look at it on your phone is just better. Blake opened a drawer. Maybe made sure he showed me where he put the magazine, and I returned mine. Just in case you get that opportunity instead. Nope, I'd rather have my hat chop my head off. I'd never, ever bring up this conversation. We should go before the cafeteria gets flooded. I'll go ahead, hold our table before someone else takes it. Blake unlocked his phone and showed me a few pictures of Clyde outside the school. You see this back door behind us? You can wait for him there. He always uses it. That explains why we never cross each other in the hallways. Blake smiled and patted my shoulder, trying to encourage me. Good luck. He turned around and exited the room. I was so glad nobody got to see how much of a mess I was. Hat, come take me. Give me that comforting darkness you share. Why was it so hard to act like a normal person? Relatable. If I didn't have things to do, I would have stayed like that for longer, probably. Took a deep breath and hurried outside in the direction Blake pointed out before. It was getting crowded, too much for my liking. Clyde was going to struggle walking through the hallways now. I'll have to find a way to squeeze inside without causing a scene. Not a repeat of last time, possibly. I waited there for a little bit, checked all the entrances, but Clyde was nowhere to be found, so I sat on the stairs and waited more. He was fine, right? Blake said so. I didn't need to worry. There was no reason to stress over this. Clyde hated running late, though. But sometimes it can't be helped. I was fighting against my stupid thoughts, trying desperately to give myself a reason to freak out. We're gonna leave off here tonight. Ew, Russell. Just kidding, we still love you, Russell. Kind of, not really. Wait, what? Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.